Well, speaking of financials, let's focus on one company from that space. Muthoot Finance is the one that we have our eye on. Now, Muthoot reported, a strong growth in assets under management in the first quarter. But there are some issues around asset quality. And then, of course, the larger question is how much more growth, looking at what's happening in the gold markets as well. We have with us Mr. George Alexander Muthoot, MD of Muthoot Finance. Great to have you, sir. Thanks for joining us this morning. So, I want to start right there because while growth has been phenomenal, and tell us how much of that is just organic growth and how much the impact because some of your rivals are dealing with regulatory issues. So just tell us that. But I think the bigger question the market has is this deterioration in asset quality. And for the benefit of our viewers, let's just pull up the gross NPA levels data. Because at the end of the first quarter, GNPA is now reaching 3.98%. That's almost coming up to 4%. Quite a bit of that is actually because of the MFI business. Let's put up the MFI numbers as well if we can. For Belstar MFI, the gross NPA level has moved to 2.36 versus 1.62 in the previous quarter. So we need to understand, sir, what's happening with asset quality. Is it only MFI? Is it elsewhere? And what can you guide on this?
Okay, thank you and good morning. So we are both on the same track when we say growth is there. We have seen good growth in the assets under management. I'm talking about the gold loan business. The gold loan business, the gold loan growth has been quite good. First quarter, there was a growth of 11% in the gold loan business alone. So that should be a good growth. And we see continued momentum on that in the coming months also, these months also. So we are on track for a good performance this year. So about you are concerned, or rather there were some concerns relating the asset quality. The 3.99 gross NPA you see is 99% on the gold loans business because gold loan constitutes about 80,000 crores. The MFI is only 10,000 crores. And the deterioration in the asset quality in the MFI is only 0.3% or 0.4%. That's insignificant. But coming to gold loan, when we say the asset quality, we looked at the numbers here, and the NPA, the amounts of the NPA gold loan, the loan to value is only 54%. So we are fully in the money. Even if you include the interest, we are fully in the money, and not even a rupee of that will be lost. It is just that we give more time to the customer to repay the loan instead of auctioning it. The option for us was when it becomes an NPA, because after 90 days or 1 year, it becomes an NPA. So we are actually helping the customer, rather supporting the customer and probably giving him some more time. So if you give 3 or 4 months time, many of them will come and take back. These loans are not old loans. These are all changing. So every time you see the NPA number, it's a new number. Those you see as NPA now, after 3 months, it becomes closed. It is just that we are supporting the customer.
So understood your point, but I must ask you a little more on this. Now, your provisions have also moved up. So clearly you're sensing, is there no rise in provisions?
The rise in provision is because NPA, whenever there's NPA, we have to show a rise in provision. But
exactly.
Of course, there's a standard asset provision also because the loan growth has also been 8,000 crores this year. So on that also, there's a standard asset provisioning. So both are the provision.
So the question is, why do you think, and you will know your customer best, why is this happening? Where is the stress? Why is there a delay or default in payments? And you said you're willing to handhold for a couple of months. I mean, by when do you expect the situation to start stabilizing, or when will you take the call to start auctioning? I mean, I'm just trying to understand how long why this is happening at a behavioral granular level, and by when will you either start auctioning or expect repayment? So when should we expect an improvement on asset quality?
See, the asset quality has not changed. It is only the NPA, these are technical NPAs. The asset quality is still good, 100%, 110% good. So there is nothing wrong with the asset quality. It's only that we are giving more time. See, we would like to support the customer. And why do people insist that we should auction the gold quickly? Why you want to auction the gold? Customers' gold, these are all ornaments. These are lifelong savings of the people. If you can, give them more time. So we have been giving them time. We have never faced any problem with that. So if we at any time we want, we can auction all the gold. But then it will and we'll have to refund money to the customer because we are having too much of collateral. So if you get 100 rupees and our total dues is only 90, we have to return the 10 rupees. And the customer will ask, why did you auction my gold? We are in the money. You could have given me a little more time. That is exactly what we are doing. See, that is why customers take a gold loan. They get little more time. It is not an EMI loan. So when they have some issues, they have some cash flow problems. That is why they're taking a gold loan. And if it extends, we give them more time. 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. After that, they'll come and take. Even if they don't take, we auction.
Right. What is the level, sir? So while we understand the thought process, just the number, a level of gross NPA that you are targeting by the end of the year.
See, again, NPA is never a problem. We can go even up to 5%, but then we will try to maintain this at this 3-4% itself. That's what we would like to maintain. But then it will mean that we'll have to auction a little faster. I don't think so. It is definitely,
that's what you want to do.
It is not in our heart to auction the gold.
Fair enough. Got that. So I just want to get back to the point about growth now. So you're saying in Q1, you had an 11% quarter-on-quarter revenue growth and 25% on a year-on-year basis. You're saying growth rates have continued in July and August. So for the full year, do you think we can anticipate a 20% kind of an AUM growth? And secondly, I think you've been on record with some of the investors saying competition has come down in the market. So could you elaborate on that?
So, I'll tell, we have been always giving guidance for 15% growth. Over the last 7-8 years, we have always been giving guidance for 15%. Quite often, we are able to do much better. Consider this as also like that. And about the revision in the guidance, probably next quarter after Q2 results, we will think of giving a guidance of the revision in the guidance. So we don't want to revise the guidance now, just after one quarter. We'll just come to the half year. So after 2, we'll revise the guidance, seeing how things are moving in the second quarter
Fair
also.
enough. And on competition?
The question is about competition. Yes, I have also been seeing the very aggressive growth of banks, PSU banks, especially PSU banks, etc., on the gold loan has slightly waned. That means they are not that aggressive. They are still growing, but they are not aggressive as they were 3-4 months back or 2 quarters back.
Okay, all right. Hi, Mr. Muthoot. Good morning, and thanks a lot for joining in. Well, we'll be waiting for that revision close to Q2 because the start has been good, and one of the competitors are, they have been pushed back. I mean, wrapped on the knuckle. So we'll wait for that. Let's talk about the NIMs then. You had indicated that in fact the cost of borrowing will go up a little bit. So in Q2 in comparison to Q1, how much will the cost of borrowing go up, and what does it mean for your NIMs?
So we will try to maintain the NIMs. The NIMs we have is about 10% plus or minus maybe 0.5%. That's the NIMs we have. We will maintain that NIMs, but if the borrowing cost is going up, as I think maybe some of the borrowing cost, if it is very minor, we will absorb it. If it is going up higher, then we will pass it on to the customer. Because although when a customer borrows from any other place, if the interest is going up, he wouldn't mind paying us also high interest. So we try to absorb it as far as possible. And then maybe if it is not within our reach, we will pass it on to the customer. But we will maintain the NIM at the present NIM.
All right. It was around 11.5%. Your yield in the first quarter was around 18.3%. Also, you'll maintain it at those levels, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's focus on the smaller part of your business, which is the MFI business. Belstar IPO, that's something Street has been looking forward to. Is it on the cards sometime in this year?
It's still on the cards. We're not in that much of a hurry, though, because it is a 100% subsidiary of Muthoot, and we have sufficient capital in Muthoot itself to support them, even if the IPO is delayed. So we'll wait for the IPO. Probably in the next 1 year, we should be able to do it. So.
Within 1 year, we should have that Belstar long-awaited MFI IPO that hits the market, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, what about the asset quality out there? That deteriorated a little bit, and your AUM declined as well. So for this part of the business, which is only 10% of your total AUM, what's the outlook on both these two parameters, AUM growth as well as asset quality?
Yeah, the AUM, the last year was quite good for the EU. Now everybody is on a, what should I say, a consolidation mode, collections, recoveries, etc. Not only Belstar, all the other microfinance are on the collection mode. So that must have been one of the reasons the asset, the AUM has, what should I say, not grown. But then the asset quality, compared to other peers in the market, everybody has had a deterioration in asset quality, the NPA, and I think it's the same with the Belstar also. Nothing different from any other microfinance. I think on the top 5%, top 5 MFIs, our NPA levels are exactly much better than many others.
Okay. All right, Mr. Muthoot, we'll leave it on that note. Thank you so much for joining in. Good conversation with you, and we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the year.